Oh, God. Okay, Thanos. The tail. Can we please teach the Graysons to look out for tails? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're here with another reaction to Invincible. We're on season 4, episode 6, which is called You Look Horrible. And I feel like that might apply to our guy Mark because he had a pretty rough episode. Last episode, we see that he and his brother headed off in the spaceship along with Alan and Nolan and Tech Girl, I think her name is. I keep forgetting her name. And they were off to head to the planet where the coalition was to get things ready. But they were intercepted by a ship that had 3 Viltrumites on it, one of them being Conquest, and inevitably a battle kicked off. And we had Mark versus Conquest Part 2. But this time, Mark emerged victorious without Eve's help, but barely. As I mentioned at the beginning there, Mark's not looking so good because he was quite literally disemboweled by Conquest before he died. So I have a feeling that, you know, the Grayson boys are going to have to just sit it out and bond a little bit while Mark heals up. I mean, we know he will, but it's going to take a minute from something that severe. And I'm hoping they get a chance to talk because they definitely have some overdue conversations that they should be doing. And is that pretty much all we got? Yeah, that was pretty much the majority of the episode. Was, of course, also just the awkwardness that's happening between Nolan and his kids. So we'll see if that's what happens. Oh, and in the meantime, Alan and the Tech Girl are tucked into the Viltrumite ship right now because it's the only place they could hide and not continue to get pursued by all of their extra reinforcements. So I'm ready to jump into the episode and see where it takes us. Just before I do, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be in the know of when I drop episodes. All right, out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
The coalition of planets have never been more unified. And Viltrum has never been weaker.
The Beast guy.
Their coalition thinks it is strong, but they will shatter before our strength, our devotion, our vengeance.
Both of them having a conference call?
They are not even the dust beneath our heels.
Keep up that arrogance. We love
end
it.
their cruelty.
But there's still a mole here. Do they know about what Nolan and Alan were up to?
They believe that their strength is insurmountable.
They do.
They will fall before our armies as easily as they fall before our fists.
Cool, coin.
Decades of planning, of strategy,
That might have been leaked,
have led us to this moment.
but we're only on episode 6. It's a very phallic looking ship, so I'm just saying.
You know your tasks. Go now and remember Argol's words.
Argo dead. Oh, we're having a star fight first?
These animals dare rise against us.
Yes.
They are children crying for a freedom they do not understand or deserve.
Who are you talking to?
And Viltrum will retake its rightful place in the universe. I will not fail you.
Who are you talking to, Psycho? Because it's looking a little musty and dusty, whatever it is, and very dead. But, you know, it's not like y'all have friends in this society y'all live in, so you probably are driven to talking to dead things or whispering your deepest, darkest vulnerabilities to someone you're beating up. Providing what's going on? Please don't tell me we're doing a funeral for Conquest.
This is bullshit.
I guess we are.
Even Conquest deserves
He was a monster.
his devotion to Viltrum.
You weren't there. You didn't see what he did to Earth.
Well, it's not much
People at
less.
home hate him almost as much as they.
I was about to say, is it much less than what Nolan did? It's complicated because Nolan is like, if I condemn him at that level, then do I have a right to exist? We're getting there. Looks great.
We need to get him out of here, off this stupid planet. To
Where
I
are we
don't know,
going?
somewhere with doctors or. a
They can't do
hospital or
much more for
something.
him than he's going to do on his own.
He'll pull through. We just need to be patient.
Yeah, like he went through a lot of damage.
Most likely.
Months. We don't have months. It's never been this bad. Not even after the first time with Conquest.
It's pretty bad.
Thought I'd see Mark this messed up.
I mean, just all of his insides were on the outside. They needed some air.
General, we still have not located Conquest.
Oh, no need. He not part of the program no more.
Crush the Coalition's incursion and you may yet earn our Regent's forgiveness.
You know, it feels like an uphill battle when it comes to the whole approval thing, so no, actually.
We're headed to Glacier Prime, and if the Coalition is going to be there, then we can hop off this tin can and make a run for the good guys.
It's not a terrible plan.
We get hot food in the shower and back into this war.
Ooh, showers are important.
Right after.
We just finished this game.
I mean, you always have some travel time. Also, I was going to say with the girl, I hope Alan remembers he's the one who can regenerate, not her so much. Oh, there's wildlife. Great. Is this dinner? Okay, so it's just like a whole thing with your family not ever watching out for the tail. Mm-hmm. That's why you shouldn't eat just anything.
Yeah, I'm never eating that.
Not hungry enough. Why is that? Why are you giving him that? What is it?
We don't want him choking on anything solid.
I think he's gonna want to die after he found out he ate that. Purple steaks. But I guess there's not exactly vegetables on this place, so.
Get up. We're going training.
Yep.
What time is it even?
Does it
Training.
matter?
Just-
We've got nothing
glad
else to do. No, we
It
need to
wasn't a
train.
request.
Yeah. You're gonna get your ass whooped by Viltrumites. You don't know how to fight better.
I know how to fight.
Do you?
Oh, you do? Do
Yeah,
you?
take me down.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Show me what you got.
Reminiscent of season 1. He's probably gonna go a lot nicer or easier on you than he did with Mark. Nolan's like, this tickles. Also, this is probably why you should eat. You probably got low blood sugar.
Maybe over by those mountains.
Fun.
I heard you that night at home with Mom.
What are you talking about?
I was
Oh
upstairs.
yeah, you did say you didn't love his mom. Mom was a mistake.
That she was a mistake.
I didn't mean for you to
You
hear.
maybe shouldn't have said it.
Am I a mistake too?
That was gonna come next.
You're right, Oliver. I haven't been a father to you. But I'm trying to do better, to be a better person. It's just,
I don't know how.
it's harder than I thought.
The man was raised with psychopaths. It doesn't make it any less gross. He's not. He listened to you. It's okay, Nolan. You just gotta show him you're gonna be there a bit, you know? I mean, he only lives for like 15 minutes, so you're halfway there.
I don't know how you guys feel like this.
1 sec.
Okay, now we're
I
talking.
never thought about that. I guess if you're used to one eye, then 2 eyes would feel like double vision. I kind of feel like y'all should have waited till they left the ship, maybe. Can y'all fly faster than Viltrumites? I felt like you couldn't. I was like, girl, you have like super turbo thrusters. Maybe you should turn them on.
I'm already at max
Oh,
thrust.
never mind. My bad.
Give you a boost.
What about you?
Well, he's got a better chance of surviving, kiddo.
Man, this sucked last time. It also will suck now.
I don't know if y'all understand. Okay. Not the PTSD.
Oh, I really hate this part.
Hmm.
I'm not the one who's gonna get shot in the face by an unstoppable super weapon.
Uh-oh! Duck! Oh, there goes your ship, too. That's gotta suck for you. Peace out, bro. Bet you wish your guts hadn't healed now. Beach.
I couldn't let you die. Then we'd never finish the game.
That's very
Good
important.
point, and I still appreciate it.
Isn't over yet.
There's a lot going on. Thank you, Speed Racer, whatever your name is. Told you he wasn't hungry enough yet. Just put it all in one go. Starving, right?
Is there any more?
That's a dad. Have mine.
When you were born, your mom used to.
Don't talk about her.
You screwed up with that line.
Don't talk about her.
You just messed up with that line, Nolan. You really should never have said that she didn't matter like that. That's what got you in trouble with Deb. You gotta learn not to be so cutting with them words.
Mark isn't healing properly.
Why not?
Mental.
We need to find something more nutritious that he doesn't have to chew.
Uh,
Those should do the trick.
you sure? Uh-oh. Thanks.
It's
I
okay.
saw it. Maybe go get the eggs while he's fighting. Maybe he was paying attention when you were fighting. The tail! Can we please teach the Graysons to look out for tails? If they ever come across a creature that's all tails, they're done.
You take the left, I'll take the right. And watch for that tail.
Thank you. Tag team, back again.
We need those eggs.
She can't lay more if we kill her.
That is a valid point.
You're right.
Oh, she's retreating. Sometimes you need to listen to your kids. Believe it or not. Their brains work just as well. They just have a little less experience, that's all.
I'll always find my way back to you.
Romantical.
Guys.
She's like, I'm part of the group now. I'm going to be adopted by you guys, Kate.
You survived.
Why
There
y'all
it
just
is,
spend all your time looking surprised?
Why is that so surprising to you?
Traders found him floating in space a full 2
This is the
sectors
Beastmaster
after
dude?
my prison you and Nolan escaped.
Yep.
He refused to do anything until he spoke to you.
Don't
first.
punch me.
You promised me more.
Right
More
there.
battle. More
Go up
glory.
north. They're right there.
How do you feel about war?
He's so happy.
Nolan and his sons. Are they also on their way to us?
It's a great question.
If Nolan, Mark, and Oliver are alive,
They'll find their way.
they will find their way to us, as you both did.
Let's hope Oliver can hold his breath that long by then.
But the Viltrumites and their forces are too strong.
Well, that is about to change. And don't forget,
We have him. He's a one-man wrecking ball right there. Or one cat wrecking ball. Oh my lord. By the end of this, Mark's going to look like the dragon guy.
I know we've been eating the same thing every night, but there aren't a lot of
I
options.
was going to say, it's kind of dry.
If my mom meant nothing to you, then why'd you have me?
Ooh.
I was stupid and desperate, and I didn't want to hurt Debbie any more than I already had. Andressa saved my life.
She did.
They showed me there might be a way back
Takes a little longer with
if I
humans.
tried hard enough.
A bunch of them died because of you.
He knows.
I know going to Thraxa was a mistake now, but you were not a mistake.
Thank you for clarifying that quickly.
And I know that fixing that, if I even can, will take time.
I feel like Oliver's going to get over it a lot sooner than Mark will.
Tell me about Andressa.
Oh, there we go.
Tell me about my mom.
It's like, that's an offer you can't give up, sir. Good. This is good for them. Neutral ground. All right, training. Seriously, you might be able to beat Mark at the end of this. He's like, please, please fight me, Viltrumite. I beg. Okay, Tech Girl, she's racking up the body count for better or worse. So what I'm seeing here is that Steven Yeun's not getting paid for this episode. Hey, Noah's like, you hit me. So dysfunctional. Wow, flying through the hole you just blasted through is crazy, bro. That is crazy. That's a cover of a comic right there. How we looking? Hey, we have skin. Look at them bonding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Help, Daddy, help, help. Now that's a big catch. That is some different level fishing, y'all. If you don't have that happening on your fishing trips, you should just give up now.
Hey, Dad.
Yuck.
How do you think the war's going?
Terribly.
okay, good.
Oh, he's gone, babes.
Any day?
I know it's been a long wait, but Mark is almost.
No, that's not what I...
He's kind of enjoying it. He's kind of enjoying the bonding time.
I know we have to get back. Back to the war, but
This hasn't been that bad.
I'm gonna miss it here.
See, Nolan? You just got to stick it out. Again, Oliver's far more forgiving than most people, but yeah, he just had to show that you're going to be consistent. That's all.
How?
You guys
Grand
suck.
Regent, we are in a unique and precarious situation.
How?
Two primary reasons.
You suck.
Thetis believes he has won this war,
He doesn't.
that he and his allies are safe on his adopted planet.
Oh, that's what they're going to go for next.
Telescria is too well defended.
Is it?
He has a mole in there. We've known that for a while. What's with the 3 little things on his hairline?
It is long past due for the betrayer to pay for
You are
his
talking
crime.
to a skull. Okay.
And you, Emperor Argal, will finally be avenged.
Yeah, Argyle don't care, clearly. Been dead. And it has to be a long time because I feel like Viltrumites take centuries to decompose.
The Coalition's gonna be happy you're on their side.
Look at you, Nolan. Being a dad.
I'm different from everyone else there.
You are purple.
I made some new friends for a while, but then I just outgrew them. It was weird, and they didn't seem to understand.
That's true. You grew in like 2 weeks.
There was one in there that was beautiful. It made me feel, I don't know, fizzy inside.
Fizzy?
I still ate it though.
He's like, it wasn't that deep. Mark? Honey? Oh, is he there gonna go dig up the grave and kill him some more?
Mark! Mark, you're okay!
Oliver.
He's like my boys that hate me.
We're both fine, Mark.
You're the one who's still a little shaky.
You grew a beard.
Yeah. It's like Daddy. Well, not quite like Daddy, but close.
So did you.
Really? Oh, okay. I see it.
2 months?
Your whole insides are on the outside. It's a long story.
This is war. And unfortunately, it isn't over.
Let's get you some solid food and a shave and we'll get out of here.
We are winning.
Why would you
But at
jinx
what
it?
cost? Haters.
You jinxed it.
How much longer must we beg our people to suffer this bloodshed?
How long has it been? 2 months? I guess that's a long time for war, yeah. I'm just, in our world, the wars raged for years. It's you. You're the
We
mole.
must finish what we have started.
So that's why he was asking why they survived. Oh, well, Thetis will survive that. I'm very surprised that Thetis really didn't, but I guess the analysts seem pretty basic, huh? Maybe get that rider dude. I think we could take out their ship. That would help. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, too many. You know what? This sucks, obviously, but as these other nations were saying, everyone's had to pay a price, and the Coalition's planet hadn't at this point. So I'm not saying this is right, guys. I'm just saying everyone's got to pay a price in this war. Just lay down, Bridget. Never mind. Thetis, you're going to have to get into this, bro. He's older than you. Thetis, he looked old, but he cut under all that robery. Oh, honey, this is not the time for you to get traumatized. Gonna need you to focus up. A mess. A whole mess. Close, girl. Oh, no, no, no. She can't survive one of these.
Zoe!
Maybe you should have thrown him at that guy.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Calm down. There's like 6 million of them. Been a while since you had your ass handed to you, huh? This hoe. Mark owes you, actually. Reinforcements! It took a minute, but we're here. Hey, Mark with the belly out. Crop time.
These soldiers are enslaved. Try not to kill them so they can help us when they're free.
Got it.
I mean, all right, we'll do our best. Woo! God! Okay, Thetis.
Oliver, follow me. What?
Just do as your brother says.
Doing?
We're making a mess of the ship. There you go. How fast can y'all do repairs? Teenagers are so destructive. No respect for property. I don't know if y'all are ready to fight this guy, though. Ooh, smash the skull! Smash the skull! Flip that skull! Gonna hug it like a little baby. Thetis is not having it. I can't. Actually, I shouldn't even call them that, dicks, because vaginas are incredibly strong. My bad. No, run away. Come back. I thought you guys were badasses. All is yours or some shit like that?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here!
Not the time. Where's the speed racer guy? He can mow down at least 4 of them right now.
Mark?
Oh, maybe we should push that into the water if we can. Nolan, will help. Thetis. Alan? Alan? Oh, Thetis, there you go. Alan, there you go. Okay, here we go. I mean, maybe we could slow it down to like a light crunch. That'd be great.
Keep going!
Watch 3 Viltrumites just jump on the top. All the way into space, okay. They said, take your shit back, Viltrum. Leave your space garbage here.
Carry Defense Network is back up.
Who shut it down,
sign
though?
Of additional Viltrumite forces.
Good.
Did we win?
No.
Sorry. Dumb question.
I mean, it wasn't. It was a valid one. Can y'all investigate who shut the defenses down?
Do you know how many people we lost today?
You must consider the war, Alan, not the battle.
I think we can still care about the devastation.
Someone disabled our planet.
Thank you for asking the right question.
Okay, shitbird.
Oh.
Why did you sell us out to the Viltrumites?
What?
You let them in.
Who's the other one?
Then who?
There you go. I was like, oh, well.
We dedicated our lives to the coalition, and you
Kill him too.
I knew they were going to win, and I didn't want to die.
How's that going for you?
Frag's returning to Viltrum. He's going to regroup there, plan another attack. He's calling everyone home.
I was about to say, what's that expression for?
We may have a chance to end this war forever.
I don't like it.
Without their leader, the other Viltrumites will scatter.
Are you certain?
Letting us deal with them one by one.
Unless they become like Nolan and just want to chill.
The heart of their empire.
Go home. Your other home.
Planet Viltrum.
Something tells me you're going to take that virus with him. I mean, not exactly the whole homecoming, vacation idea you probably thought of, but if this bastard isn't dead, so help me God. Oh. Well played, Joe. I was like, if we have to see him one more time, I'm going to lose my shit. No more conquest. He's been quested. He's been conquested. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, whew. All right. So that was a lot, this episode. I love in the first half, we got exactly what I was looking for, which was the Nolan and, well, it was mostly Nolan and Oliver bonding. I kind of wish it could have been all 3, but in truth, Nolan and Mark kind of settled out most of their stuff when he went to Thraxa, right? Thraxa. They got kind of the worst of what they needed to go through out of the way at that time. So really it was Nolan and Oliver that needed to do this because, like I said, Oliver was just a baby when Nolan left. So, there was really, he didn't know anything about him, right? Even though it's only been a couple of years, we all know for Thraxans, like that's half a lifetime. So yeah, it didn't start out the greatest. It was a little rocky at first, but I love that Nolan is being honest and vulnerable, because that's the only way to get his kids and anybody else that he's hoping to that will forgive him to potentially even entertain doing it, is that he can't be pretentious, he can't be proud, he can't be demanding, he can't be expecting either. He really has to just be humble, and he's got to really open up and be vulnerable with everything that's happening, because I brought this out in the episode before when we saw the flashback of Nolan and how he was, potentially how he was raised on Viltrum. This is new for him, right? And it's not an excuse. It's by no means saying that what he's done is okay or we should just forget about it, and that the people that he hurt and were hurt by him, whether it was physically or emotionally, that they should just, forget about it and get over it. It's more of when you understand why people do things, it helps you to at least put some pieces together in your own mind, and then it also makes it easier for you to, process your own feelings. as far as what they did and why it happened. And for Nolan's family in particular, it's very important that they understand more of how Nolan was raised and like the environment and the propaganda, because while they don't have to agree with it or say that it's okay, it'll help them understand Nolan and understand why this is a process for him, because they're coming from all three of them, with the exception maybe not as much of Oliver, but with Mark and his mom, they're coming from a very human perspective with all of it. So for them, they just kind of feel like this stuff is like, this is second nature. Like, this is easy. You should know this. Like, how do you not know this? But he really doesn't. Like, yes, he was with Deb for 20 years, but that still is like, as I said in that episode, that's like a fifth, not even like 1/100th of his lifespan that he was with this woman. Like, it's not enough for him to completely change centuries of ingrained propaganda and belief systems and things that he probably doesn't even think about because they're so rote in the way that he lives his life. So all that to say that, I remember in the episode where he was talking to Deb, when he said that Andressa, he didn't like something like she was a mistake or that she didn't matter. I was like, oh my God, Nolan, like that was the wrong thing to say for two reasons. One is that it, for Debbie, it's like, oh, so our relationship meant so little to me that you did something with someone you didn't even care about, right? Like, it doesn't come across the way, I know in his mind, he thought it was like, oh, if I say it didn't matter, it'll hurt. No. No, we would actually, if you're going to get cheated on, it sucks regardless. But most women I know, myself included, is like, if you had to cheat on me, which he kind of did because they weren't divorced. If you cheated on me, I would personally feel better knowing that you felt like, it's not going to feel good, for the record. It never feels good, but I would feel better thinking at least you did it because you felt like you really loved that person. You just, you went after what you thought you had to go after. Does it still suck? Is it still slimy? Yes, but that feels better than being like, nah, I didn't even care enough about you to find someone I even cared about. I just found any old thing off the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, poor Nolan didn't get it. Like, his intent, I get why he said it, but it was the wrong thing to say. And yeah, of course it came back to bite him with his own son, because what do you say? Like, oh, okay, I understand why Oliver jumped to the conclusion that, oh, if you said my mom was a mistake, then clearly you must think I'm a mistake too, right? So yeah, for Nolan, he's gonna have to learn. He's always been very blunt. He doesn't really do a ton of thinking before he speaks, and he's never had to, right? He's been raised in a society that told him he's not wrong. He's never wrong. He has the right to do whatever he wants because everything he deserves everything and everything belongs to him. So for him to have to even exhibit humility is new for Nolan. It's a very noble, like the only time he ever shown any level of humility would have been to whoever was, in charge. That's it. Other than that, Viltrumites answer to nobody, not even each other. So it's new for him. And he's navigating this all for the first time and doing the best that he can, but obviously he's going to stumble. It's not going to be perfect. And so anyway, I'm glad that he got a chance to, once he realized that Oliver was angry and not necessarily going to let, him kind of say what he wanted to say off the cuff, he just kind of allowed himself to like be around him, right? Showed his care through making sure that there was food for them every day and, offering to train him and, putting it out there that, hey, when you're ready, come to me, right? And so that's what was necessary, right? Because Oliver had every reason to be upset and he had no reason to trust Nolan because Nolan took off on him. So, once the anger subsided and he kind of just began to feel that his dad was around, eventually we see that it came down, the defenses started to come down. And I think the real turning point for him was when they were fighting the mother, whatever that thing was for the eggs, and Nolan was going to kill it. And we see Oliver, which again, this is huge growth for Oliver from last season when he was going to wipe everything out. Him being like, hey, like, she's just trying to protect your babies. Maybe we don't kill her. Because again, we have to remember his people are kind of bug people, right? He probably feels a little bit more towards this creature than not. And he's like, yeah, just because you don't understand the species doesn't mean that it's not intelligent and that it doesn't deserve life. Like, maybe she understands now that she can't fight us. So let's let her go. Plus, we're not going to get more eggs if you kill her, right? So you can see that Nolan never really stopped to think about that because that's not the way he was trained. That's not the way he was taught. And, he listened, right? More importantly, the Nolan of season 1 wouldn't have listened to him. He would have whacked Oliver out of the way and did what he wanted. So those little things eventually kind of started to show Oliver that his dad isn't the same, right? And that his dad is not necessarily, Oliver's always believed that his dad was in pure evil anyway, but it kind of reaffirmed that over his anger. And so I like that they finally got to have the conversations and Nolan got to explain that, listen, what I said was not true. I was trying to fix one problem by making another, and that was not the right thing. Like, I don't regret you. I don't regret Andressa. I love that he explained that she was a necessary experience and a necessary relationship for him to even think there was a chance that he could redeem himself to his family, right? Because I love that he said that, because of the way that the Thraxans lived and because they had such a short lifespan, they didn't have time to hold grudges. He just seeing that the attitude of wanting to do better was enough, it gave him hope, right? Obviously, Thraxans are going to be way easier with forgiveness because they don't have the luxury of holding a grudge, but it put Nolan on the right path is the point. So I really love that they put a little bit more meaning on that relationship, because I feel like in season 2, it was very much glossed over for, obvious reasons, but it's nice that those layers were added, and Oliver needed to hear that as well, because that's his other mom. Like, he doesn't much remember her, but still, right? That's somebody that he's going to always have affection for. So I also love that Nolan's pretty much the only person who can tell him about his mom, right? Because anybody else who would have known her at this point would be dead, even if it hadn't been for the Viltrumite attack. We know they only lived like a year. So yeah, it's nice that he had, that connection now to his mom through Nolan. But yeah, other than that, all the other bonding stuff was great. Just them, him teaching Oliver to fight better, because he did need that training, and it's better to have a Viltrumite do it. He didn't even get a chance to finish training Mark. So, very helpful for him to be able to do that. And yeah, with Mark, like I said, easy check for Steven this episode. His character was asleep for the vast majority of it. But yeah, thankfully he managed to make his way back. And I really thought that when he woke up and saw the grave, I thought he was going to dig it up, because I'm like, he really hated Conquest. But I'm glad it didn't go, that far. Which actually, speaking of the grave, that's one other thing I wanted to bring up was, we saw that Oliver didn't understand why Nolan decided to give him a grave. Why did he give him a burial? Right? He's like, this man, Oliver asking valid questions. This is someone who tried to kill your kids, tried to kill you. Like, why would you do this? And, Nolan really, he's not a man of lots of words anyway, but to articulate the complexity of, this guy was terrible, but I know what he went through. I know how he felt. I mean, maybe he didn't know about maybe the deep, maybe not to the level of deep confession that Mark got, but I think Nolan intrinsically understands that most Viltrumites that are left, especially at this point, probably feel like he does, in that they're trapped in this duty, trapped in this propaganda, but they can't escape it, or thought they couldn't escape it. And, they don't really love what they're doing. They're just doing it out of a sense of duty, right? They're all just trapped in this dog eat dog, constant war life. And none of them asked for it, right? So I think that was more for why he buried Conquest. I don't think it was out of any level of respect per se, more than it was out of empathy. And also because he sees himself in Conquest, right? Conquest is older than Nolan. So yes, technically his body count and his, the blood on his hands might be a little bit more than Nolan's, but the point is, they've both done terrible things. They both hurt a lot of people. Even Nolan is guilty of beating Mark within an inch of his life. So, he can't really condemn Conquest all the way to hell without kind of throwing himself in the grave too, right? So obviously Oliver doesn't get that at this point. Maybe Mark would. It's kind of hard to say, but I understood why he did it. And, it's like I said, it's not easy. It's a complicated situation, to say the least. But anyway, so yeah, that was pretty much the arc on the planet. And outside of that, we see that Alan and Tech Girl ended up finally getting to their destination, but only because they hopped the ride. Obviously, the ship they were on got diverted, thankfully. And once they got there, they realized that the war, when they started, was not going so well. But once they showed up, and of course, with the help of Space Racer, that's it. I keep calling him Speed Racer, but you know what I mean. Thanks to them going to strategic places and basically liberating planets that they knew already had anti-Viltrumite sentiment, they were able to, I really love that they showed the visualization of the map, because otherwise, but it's nice to see how it was very much red dominant at one point, and then it turned to teal, which interesting color choice, teal dominant instead. And we see that it definitely has the Viltrumites scared, right? And I love that Mr. One Eye there, is it Krieg was like, you can tell that Krieg again is done. I love that they're kind of showing that so many of these Viltrumites are just done. They're so done with all of this, but they can't say anything. But anyway, I love how Krieg was at the war table with Thrag, and he's like, Thrag's like, how's this happening? He's like, What he wanted to say, what Krieg wanted to say is, we underestimated them. We're not the greatest, biggest, smartest things in the universe. We never have been. They have the betrayer. He's no dummy. He understands the way we move. But on top of that, they're strategic and they're strong and they've got things that actually do hurt us. They can hurt us. So that's why. Quite frankly, you are an arrogant asshole and you got us all into this mess because you're arrogant. That's what Krieg wanted to say, but he can't say that. So he was just like, actually, sir, here's the strategy spelled out like you're 5. That's how. And so anyway, we see that that's what triggered the attack on the planet, the home planet of the Coalition. And we finally found out who the mole was. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had no idea who it was. I don't think it was really the important thing in this whole thing anyway. That otherwise they probably would have left us visual clues. But they did give us more. Like I noticed that the person who was the traitor, he was the only one who, like, I think he was the one who made a note of Nolan showing up, and then of course a surprise that Alan survived. Right? I'm like, why are they making it like? Why does it matter? Right? These two characters have kind of been nobody, so why is he suddenly saying something? But I just kind of left it up to comic relief sort of thing. But yeah, they were kind of giving us the tiniest of breadcrumbs that was the traitor. But anyway, yeah, we see that because of that trump card, they were able to get close enough to the planet to do a lot of damage. And we saw that with their laser beam things, whatever, they all but decimated the capital. I don't think it's the whole planet. I think that's just the capital, and they all but decimated that. And obviously we don't know the body count, but it's very high. But they lost a few. I think they lost at least two or three Viltrumites, because Thetis took out at least 2 on his own. Nolan, he like snapped a neck, he did something else. Mind you, snapping a neck's not enough to kill them, is it? I never know. Anyways, the point is, it got messy. And as I said in the reaction, like, not to at all say that anyone deserved it on that planet. I just was saying that the fact that this planet got to kind of sit protected and, with no real damage or casualties. And we saw that with the different people who were on the screens for Thetis's meetings. They were like, how much more do we do here? Like, we're the ones taking the heavy damage. We're taking the casualties. How much longer? And, it's true. It's fair. Like, they're all losing people. Their planets are getting jacked up by the Viltrumites, while this coalition planet, people were still going out for ice cream, right? So it's sad, and I'm sad that it happened. I wish it hadn't, but I'm also of the mind that, you guys considering it took a while. And again, I don't know, I'm not saying it's minimal, but I feel like that was like one city compared to some of these other planets have probably lost so much more. So anyway, the whole point is, it is sad, but they can rebuild. They will at some point, hopefully, because again, the war's not over. They did manage to, once Mark messed up their ship, it was pretty much a done deal. And really what kind of ended up sending them, well, first of all, is because Thrag has a weird obsession with that skull. I don't know. I'm just saying that hole in the skull, the way Thrag be acting with that thing, draw your own conclusions. But anyway, yeah, he retreated at that point because he realized that they were outnumbered. And I don't know how comms were working at that point, but if they pulled back like a space racer decided to come back with that beam, it would have been over. It would have been over for them. So they retreated for now because they realized that without the ship and, they're reinforced, because they only brought the soldiers that they had, but many of them could be taken out by pretty much anybody because they're not Viltrumites. So they retreated strategically for now. And now, thanks to the mole, they know that the plan is to go back to Viltrum, get whatever, all the other Viltrumites that went to the other planets to come back. And then basically at that point, figure out how to regroup and do like some form of an attack. So based on that intel, Thetis is like, we got to go home. Like, let's not give them a time. Like, if we get off their necks, it's probably going to be a mistake. So we need to go back to the belly of the beast and end it, if that's what we know how to do. So, Mark's never been there. Oliver's going to be excited, but I think Mark's always been like, yeah, back in season 1, he was definitely expressing some level of curiosity about it. But yeah, I don't think these were the circumstances at all that he hoped to go or to visit his other home in. So that's even further away. It's deep in their territory. I don't think Nolan's been back in a hot minute. So yeah, I wonder what's changed, if it's going to be a good idea, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it's looking like these days, right? We did see little flashes here and there with the military, but yeah, I think it could be an interesting bit of story anyways, if Nolan gets to, show the kids a little something about his history, but I don't think we're gonna have time for all that. So I still look forward to it though. We'll have to see how that all goes. Like I said in the episode, I think Thetis is going to bring the Scourge virus 2.0. I think he's going to bring it with him. I don't think he's going to tell anyone, but I do think he's planning on possibly ending it right there. And that would be kind of poetical that if he does release it, he does it there on Viltrum, take out what's left of the Viltrumites. I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that though, because as I said, I'm still very curious as to what that would do to Mark and to his brother, because they are more Viltrumite than not. So hard to say. But yeah, another good episode. Like, we had a lot going on there, but like I said, the highlights for me was, I love watching Nolan's journey. Like, it's such an interesting journey in comparison to what Mark's going through. And I'm a big fan. I'm a sucker for a good redemption arc. So I'm liking the way things are going so far. And I enjoyed that he at least is, back to being close to Oliver. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.